Welcome back to
The Discipleship Podcast
on
on
Spotify.
Spotify, YouTube, apparently Apple, whatever.
No, we don't have it on Apple Music. This is the
1 year
anniversary
of
the
Discipleship
podcast. The Discipleship podcast.buzzsprout.com.
Well, that one, I went to that earlier today and I saw like the hosts area.
Oh, yeah, you can see all the hosts.
Yeah, it had Gabriel, it had Josh, it had me, then you, and then Will.
Yep.
At the bottom. And apparently, Will earlier, he sent us a screenshot of some comments on the YouTube video of these two people who said like, "Bring back Will," and the other guy was like, "I second that motion." And we think it's probably Will. Either.
But if it's not, tell us. I mean,
it's probably either Will on an alt account or one of his friends that he told to do it. But I mean, it could. He's done it before, actually, but it could be legit, like someone else. Then he could just be like insanely popular.
The 1 year anniversary of the podcast, Justin, can you believe a year ago that
365 days, 52 weeks.
We don't know how
that'd
many.
Be a lot of hours and a lot of seconds. 12 months.
A lot of 1 year.
A decade.
Yeah.
8,736 hours ago. Well, it's not really accurate because it's 6:52 right now, and we started at like 8. So 8,735 hours ago.
That's a long time.
That was a lot of hours ago, but 8,736 hours ago, which is also 524,160 minutes. Also, 31,449,600 seconds. I probably did that wrong somewhere, because that seems kind of. Is that really the amount of seconds?
Do you remember what made us want to start a podcast?
I remember we were in Sunday school one day, and we were. Or was it? It was either Sunday school one day or Wednesday night one day. We were doing small groups, and we were like talking, and you would say one thing, I would like finish your sentence or something. Or you would do it, and you said like, "Hey, let's start a podcast," and I was like, "Hey, why not?" And that's how it all began. Epic origin story.
Yeah, I actually didn't remember that, so that's why I asked you, because I couldn't remember.
Oh, okay.
No offense or anything. It's not that it wasn't a big occasion. I just didn't remember, So yeah, it's crazy to think that was a year ago, and now we have 25 episodes out, a great group of people who does it with us. And so Justin, we're going to do something real fast. We're going to do a look back. What is your favorite podcast episode that we did?
Can I do one where you weren't there?
Is it Toast Figs and Pigs?
No, it's the other one. Mainly the reason that it's my favorite is because of how I edited it. I thought it was really cool.
Which one is it?
I don't remember. Well, I don't remember actually. It was
you and Anna and Emmeline?
Yeah, it was the one with the weird spinny thing with the.
Oh yeah.
So repent and be sorry for it.
And don't sin too.
And don't sin. Just make it easy on yourself and don't sin.
Shush.
Whoa.
Shut up.
If you think you look bad in your glasses, maybe it's just a better image of yourself you don't like. So stop blaming the glasses if you are ugly.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Don't listen.
Bye.
The one with the question marks. That was.
Where I still don't get that joke. Actually, like, guys, I don't get it.
I didn't get it.
They were laughing so hard, but I just didn't get it, and I still don't get it, and I don't think I ever will.
Yeah, don't worry, you're not alone. I did not get it either. I was like,
yeah.
I re-listened to it about 10 times trying to figure out that joke.
Yeah. But I had fun editing it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to edit them.
What's your favorite, Sutter?
I think my favorite podcast episode that we've ever done would have to be Fun Ones. Was episode 2, Should Christians Use Self-Defense, where we made that fun video.
Oh, yeah, for the intro.
But yeah, self-defense was so much fun. We'll probably play a clip of that and all the ones we're talking about. Now, Justin, was there ever a time where you wanted to stop the podcast? Where you were just like, we did this already. Why are we still doing this?
Well, after the first one, I didn't like it. After the first one, I didn't like it. And then there were a couple times, actually, I wouldn't say I wanted to, like, stop the podcast, but there were several times when we were doing some of the episodes where it kind of, like, felt like we were repeating topics, kind of, because we didn't know what to talk about. Yeah. I was like, why are we doing this if we don't have anything to talk about?
Yeah.
And I mean, we could just do Justin and Sutter talk about random things.
Yeah, so y'all can't hear the screaming ghost, but...
Whoa! Sutter! What's going on? Pick apart from this past, minute. There's a screaming ghost in your room. Your room is messy. And why is your tongue blue?
Alright, well...
A little bit.
I don't know if we had anything else to go over, but can you believe we've made it this far a year? Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk?
No one believed in us.
Not even ourselves.
Yeah, especially not ourselves. We were the ones who didn't believe the most.
Yeah, exactly.
But now, I mean, the podcast is going good. And Justin, tell them about the fan mail.
What fan mail? Fan mail?
Yes.
It sounds like it is what it is. You can send mail.
Where do they send it?
To Sutter's address.
No. Don't give them my address.
I'll give them your address. Here we go. Get your pen and paper, guys.
No. You can do it in Spotify or on the website. It'll say something like send us a line or something like that, and you can tell us what you think of the show. And Justin, it would be great for our 1-year anniversary if y'all would please, everyone who listens to the podcast, please send us a thing of mail via Spotify, obviously, or the website. If you don't see it on Spotify, it's probably on the website, but
or we could
send us something. Anyway, send us some fan mail just to tell us, we love the encouragement. I tell you, it helps a lot because sometimes I'm like, who's actually listening to me and Justin talk a lot,
Oh. I listen to it.
Me too. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if it's just me and you,
It could just be me and you going back to it 10 times a day.
Yep, and that's all this is.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you something. Justin, we were invited to be interviewed on this podcast. Both of us.
Ours?
No, not ours. Somebody else's. Some Christian. He's a friend of creationist I interviewed, Dr. Oven. He's invited us to be interviewed on his podcast and channel.
Really? When?
Yes.
How? Where? What channel? Where? How much are we getting paid? I mean, how many people are we gonna share the gospel with?
Please ask that instead. And let me check now.
I meant that.
He left a comment on the most recent podcast. He said, he's right here. His name is Ryan Daniel, and he said, "You guys are truly an inspiration. God bless you. I host a weekly podcast and would love to interview you guys sometimes." Proverbs Guy Ministries.
Proverbs Guy?
Proverbs Guy Ministry.
I have a verse from Proverbs that sounds kind of funny. for you.
The milk one?
Yeah, the milk one.
Huh. We'll show it to him.
Oh, it's Proverbs 30:33. It sounds really interesting. Like, I sent this to Sutter the other day. For pressing milk produces curds. Pressing the nose produces blood. I have probably like 5 minutes. Sadie texted me. Should I randomly call her and see if she wants to say anything on here?
Sure, just call Sadie. Let's call Sadie. Well, Sadie,
Pizza
thank you
Sutter.
for coming on and is there one thing can you sum up the podcast this year in one word? This is the 1 year anniversary. Sum it up in one word.
Chaotic.
Yeah, that perfect. Thank you.
You were gonna say Sutter's full name.
No, don't.
Love y'all.
Bye, Sadie.
All right.
Sustenance.
We love you too, Sadie. Bye.
That was interesting.
So Sutter, what is your real name?
I'll tell you what. I will say my full name on the podcast. If we hit
Ooh.
300 subscribers this month, I will say my full name on the podcast.
300 subscribers this month? Well, guess what, Sutter? I don't have a YouTube account. I'm creating one now.
No, but here, encourage them to do it. Encourage them to follow and subscribe.
Everyone, create 10, 20 alt accounts. Everyone, go subscribe to the podcast. Boost our subscriber count. Just do it. Tell your friends to do the same thing. We need
All
to
right.
hear your name.
Well, you may be able to hear my real name. Yeah, it's Sutter Buchanan Green, but there's some other stuff in there, so I haven't told anyone this. Well, thank you for listening to the 1 year anniversary of the Discipleship podcast.
Thank you for coming on this journey with us. It's been a ride. Or if you hopped on the ride
About halfway through.
somewhere like halfway through, thank you for bearing with this chaos.
Yeah. And check out the fan mail. Subscribe if you want to hear my full name. And
Oh yes.
well, God's definitely blessed us. If God, this is obviously God had something to do with this because me and Justin could not run a podcast. Period. We don't have the stuff
Skill.
Yes, skill issue. All right. Well, Justin has to go. Justin, this has been fun. I'm glad we got to do this. It's been something. And football says goodbye. And we hope to do many more seasons of the Discipleship podcast. Justin, you want to sign us out with your oldest sign out?
Oh, really? Okay,
Your
we're still
oldest.
doing this. All right. Well, everyone, I thank you for listening to the Discipleship podcast. We hope to see you next time. But for now, thank you for watching. And don't sin.